What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? September 4th, day after Labor Day. Hope everybody had a nice holiday. I had a pretty good holiday myself. If you guys are interested, later tonight I'm going to be doing a longer form video through Bitcoin Live. It's going to be a public video sponsored by Bitcoin Live. You guys should definitely check that out. You can find me on Twitter at Big Cheds. You can find my good buddy on Twitter. His name is Big Chonas. He does a lot of great work. He also does one-on-one mentoring if you are interested. And also, I am one of the 6 teachers and analysts at Bitcoin Live. It is the best-in-class educational platform for crypto. And we'll go ahead and talk more about that later. Let's just get right started. And once again, I want to thank everyone for joining. I am not an advisor. I'm just somebody who likes to talk crypto, and I like to share with you what I know. So I am going to kick the party off here. We're going to take a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin, I have the 6-hour chart up. Why do I have the 6-hour chart? As you can see here, there's only about 20 minutes left in this candle. So this is basically the largest candle, midday candle rather, that's almost fully completed. So we're still trading within the range of this gravestone doji shooting star from September 2nd. The high of that candle, 74.29. So that's a really, really important level to watch. We talked about it in the update yesterday. We'll continue to talk about it. Looks like we had another run at it with a high of 74.15 in this 6-hour candle. But for right now, we have to watch this level very closely. Another thing we can watch, my friends, is if the price continues to hold this green line here, right? The EMA 8. If we can continue to hold that EMA 8, that's another sign for the bulls. But something's going to have to give soon because we're either going to break the EMA 8 or we're going to break this resistance. So it's something to keep an eye on here. Let's get the party started right away and get those altcoin requests for you folks. Let's take a look at Zachary Ross, NPXS. NPXS. NPXS 6-hour chart. I really don't see a lot of volume, but we've had some nice volume recently, so it's been kind of dead. Then it's been ticking up. This is a line I've drawn before. This is 24 Satoshi line. It's a very important support level. There's really not a lot of money in this. I mean, it's 24 Satoshi. I'm surprised I'm getting so many requests for this thing because it looks like complete trash, honestly. I mean, 24 Satoshi. Or 29. This is fine for gambling. If you want to gamble, this looks like this is a great pick to gamble. Let's go ahead and take a look at ETH, requested by Richard J. You're asked for the BTC pair. I'm a little bit of a stickler. It doesn't make sense for me to chart the BTC pair because people are buying and selling Ethereum and USD. And if I do the ETH, let's say Bitcoin tanks, but Ethereum doesn't, it's going to make the ETH BTC chart look weird. So I'm either going to chart Bitcoin or I'm going to chart Ethereum. I don't see mixing two major coins. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Ethereum on the 6-hour, it's a very clear level we've talked about before. We have the upthrust on August 18th, a false breakout, a bull trap. And since then, that level has been a very clear resistance, August 19th, August 22nd. The end of August here, we came close, couldn't break it, and we just touched it September 1st, unable to break this level. So that's right at about 303 plus or minus. You see here we had the fake out. Let's remove that. So we did have 2 candle closes above this line, but it was in the midst of a 3 inside down pattern. And you'd want to be a little more careful. So I really want to see, say, maybe 2 candles in a row closing above this line for some confidence. At this stage, let's move on. Ola says, where is Chonas? I just spoke to Chonas. He's doing his thing. We'll definitely do a video again for you guys soon. I know I think he was working with a student earlier today and has one in a couple hours. OST for Garupreet Singh. So I was actually watching OST earlier. It looked kind of interesting. and bullish. Obviously, what sticks out to me is the Bollinger Pinch. We could potentially be breaking bullish off of it right now. We have a very clear level to test right there, 567. We're going to see if we can close above that. You see the price nicely responded when it pulled back to support at the 34 EMA 1, 2, 3 times. So this looks like looks kind of interesting, especially if we can break above this 567 level. That's my view on OST. Let's take a look next at XLM, requested by Awais Afzal. XLM 3050 Satosh. I have this level marked. This is a key level, 6-hour chart. So this is our drop dead support from August 8th. Bulls rejected lower prices, exactly at 30.72. That's our resistance right now. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, really 7 candles closing at or below it. We need to break this line. So bears are currently in control of the bulls, but we have a very key level to watch here. Maybe we can break it and go on to form some type of an inverted head and shoulders. I think that's certainly possible. Let's take a look next at who is asking for what. I'm just going to scroll up here. I'm going to do as many as I can. Let's take a look at Sarah. Sarah Meikle has asked for 3 different ones. I'm going to pick WAN, W-A-N. Pardon me. This is pretty bullish, I think. It's an equilibrium pattern where you have lower highs and higher lows, and the price is pretty much right now going to decide. You see the Bollingers are pinching. This, you know, in the next day, certainly I think is going to break one way or another. Given the strength of the OBV, I would think it probably breaks bullish, but we'll have to keep an eye on that. But that certainly is an interesting one. I think I would definitely watch that one. Let's kind of jump around the chat room here. QKC. Oh, that's because you've asked like 3 times. Good job to you. Paras Yadav. You asked like 3 times, and I saw it. One of them, QKC. QKC. Oh, okay. See, we have some really nice volume here, but we're unable to close over this resistance yet. Why do I have these lines marked? Okay, so it's not from prior action. It's right here. So in this first drop in August, we had that was support. That became strong resistance. We was unable to close above. Had a couple brief pushes above. Unable to close above. We broke through. This should be a little bit lower. Look around here. We broke through in the 28th, and we came back and back tested the support, and it held. So we're in a pretty tightly defined channel. We are seeing the bullish type of volume you'd want to see as price tests this level. So I keep an eye on this, but it stands to reason if this is unable to break resistance in the next candle, I think it will probably head lower. So if this is going to break out, it will be in the next 6 hours, in my opinion. Let's Josh Rivera. Let's take a look at EOS. EOS BTC. We are consolidating here. We had a nice peak, but we had a series of upper shadows. I'm going to remove those lines. I mean, you can see why we had them. When the price ran on August 29th, it ran into some resistance right in this area. So we're going to kind of see if the bulls can rally here and try to put in another attempt at breaking this level, but we're already losing higher lows. We're seeing a slow drift down in RSI, slow drift down the OBV. I am a little more cautious. I'm bearish here short term. You want to watch to see maybe if the EMA 34 holds. I would keep an eye on that. And at some point, you'll want to see these lower highs. You want to see that pattern broken. So that's something kind of clear to watch. Let's take a look at Dash for Ariste David. Let's take a look at Dash. So Dash is doing all right here, above the middle Bollinger, but we're pulling back from this high. but it's not overly bearish. You can see that there's not a lot of sell volume. It's kind of mixed with buy volume. The question is, I think it might even go a little lower though. I mean, the support is likely right in that 268 area, which was a prior peak and then became support. You started to see lower highs. You also immediately you'll want to watch to see if the low 28 level can hold. It held there once. It's probably going to test it again. So I'm short-term bearish, but a little more medium-term bullish on this, because we do have really nice buy volume, and bulls were rewarded after the August 27th move. There's some pretty good follow-through. So let's go ahead and take a look at let's see, LTC for signature sounds. LTC USD, Bitfinex. This was an old line I drew from a previous show. Looks like we've kind of done something like that. Obviously most notable is the recent bull break. So we were able to break this high. We were able to break the high of September 1st. So whereas Bitcoin has not broken this high, this is also either a shooting star or a gravestone doji. Litecoin maybe is leading the way here. This is kind of interesting. Let me pull it back up so you can see what I'm talking about. So Bitcoin hasn't broken this level, right? Hasn't broken this level yet, but Litecoin surely has. So that's kind of interesting to me. It held on pullback once, one back test. So very clearly you have an important level to watch now. If the price can hold at 67, there's no reason it can't go to at least 72. No question. So I think I would keep an eye on that. I'm actually bullish on Litecoin here. Certainly more than a little bit more than Bitcoin rather. Let's do one more. Let's take a look at DGB for Rayquaza. DGB, 428 Satoshi. Bollingers are getting tighter. We have an important level. It's not respecting it. This prior resistance level, it broke right through it. Now, you'd normally expect this to either be support or resistance, and it's not really doing much. I'm going to see, pardon me, I'm going to line it up this way. I mean, you have to keep adjusting your thesis. We have a nice Morningstar reversal here, 3 candlestick pattern at some support, which was on the August 11th drop, and then it became resistance on the 15th. Broke through it, resistance, broke through it, played with it, finally broke through it. I guess you'd have to look and see if there's some more follow through. We have a lot of upper shadows here. We have this high wave candle spinning top after a nice move and bull break. Clearly you had the bull break of the August 18th high. That was notable. And you had a lower high here from August 28th. So you broke that first, then you broke the August 18th high. But you fell below them. So this, I'd say you're going to have to say is still pretty weak. Because you have two breakout levels. You have one right here I just illustrated. Here's another breakout level. And you're not really holding them that well. So, once you break resistance, you want that to become support. It's the only way for a run to kind of have any kind of staying power. So let's kind of finish up in Bitcoin. I have illustrated a pretty clear resistance line to pay attention to. Given what I just saw in Litecoin, I'm actually leaning now towards Bitcoin breaking this level. We're seeing the stock RSI curling up. On balance volume is topped out. So I would say I'm short-term bullish here on Bitcoin. Once again, I want to thank everyone for joining. You can find me on Twitter at Big Cheds. You can find my good buddy on Twitter at Big Chonis. He does a one-on-one mentoring program if you are interested. And of course, I'm one of the 6 teachers at Bitcoin Live. Bitcoin Live is the best-in-class educational platform for crypto. 6 different styles of wisdom offering you exclusive content, training materials, timely alerts. If you want more information, each of us have our own webinars on YouTube that you can check out. And very recently, we've added a monthly option and a quarterly option for you to try out Bitcoin Live, before you decide if you want to commit to an annual option, which is, of course, the best savings rate. With that, I want to thank you guys for joining me once again. It's been a pleasure. I'm doing at 8 p.m. Eastern, I'm doing a longer form show for Bitcoin Live. So I just tweeted that link out a little while ago. I encourage you to check that out as well. And I hope you guys take care. Be safe out there. Peace.